making a case for Violent Ken in Street Fighter 6. Let's get right to it. What is good, y'all? G2PO Grayson here, and let's talk some Violent Ken here today. Now, the reason why I'm going so hard on this Violent Ken journey is because Ken, he's looking like the main pro tag this time around, while Ryu's in the back just enjoying himself because he's already fought through his demons. Now, Street Fighter 6 is right around the corner, and we were now able to see the first wave of DLC characters that are coming. That being Rashid, Aki, Ed, and Akuma. Akuma being last is such a tragedy. The reason why I'm saying this is that people thought that, oh, this might be the end for these characters. Oh, we might not get that Violent Ken. Now, hold up. Let me get right to it. The reason why I bring up Violent Ken, or trying to make a case for Violent Ken, is that we have seen later on in these games' lives that these edgy sort of characters, these hybrid shotos, come up late in a game's life. For example, in Street Fighter 4, Evil Ryu came out, I believe, in the Super Edition of Street Fighter 4, later to become one of the strongest and coolest characters in Ultra. Another example is Kage coming very, very late. It being 4 years in Season 4 that Kage finally came out, this pseudo Evil Ryu / Oni hybrid character that actually expanded a little bit more of what Evil Ryu exactly is, the physical embodiment Kage was. Let's not go too in depth on that horrible Talk No Jutsu L that Kage took, but that is the character that came out later. Now, the reason why I don't think they might actually do the Evil Ryu thing is because it's kind of redundant in a way. It's happened many times, and now, despite that, I can see people still finding it pretty cool. Trust me, I'd take anything at this point. But I feel like with the emphasis on Ken this time around, I feel like you should do Violent Ken. Now, us seeing that we have kind of this guy named JP kind of using psycho powers, not all that confirmed, but there could be a chance that this guy may have been either the guy who taught, the theory going around is that this guy might actually be the guy who taught Bison psycho powers or gave it to him. This is the original psycho user, or this is something like a vessel for Bison, and we never really know. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because I'm thinking that JP is the main boss of the game, while also Ken being kind of like the main character of this game. So what better way with a guy who has psycho powers and then Ken, and then you can use that psycho powers to make Violent Ken. And that is exactly the origin story of Violent Ken, that Bison did an experiment on Ken which caused Ken to turn into that form which we know as Violent Ken. Obviously Bison's not around, but what did they do a retelling? I feel like almost with the Hokage thing, it was kind of like a retelling of, let's kind of canonize this, you know, because Evil Ryu isn't a canon character, he is a what if character, right? But they can still kind of do the what if story if they would like to. And you can also make that same case for Evil Ryu. Maybe it's just a timeline where he never actually overcame his demons and he just said, fuck it, I'm gonna be one with the Tatsu no Hado. Now obviously these are what if stories, so that's the fun part, is that it allows you to create these cool characters, and that's why I love the thought of Violent Ken. Ken having such an emphasis that he's on the run and all this stuff, and instead of just choosing a path of peace, he actually goes in this violent state, and it becomes so cool with his moveset. With that being said, that's pretty much why I'm saying that you could make a case for Violent Ken. Also, I just want to bring this up. I brought it up before. In the trailer, they showed JP holding Ken. So, I'm just saying, maybe they're hinting at the fact that there is a chance that he can turn violent. I feel like that's a little detail. Obviously, that's a little too crazy copium. But I think there is a chance that it could happen. And I think it would be so cool. Well, that's all I have to say about some Violent Ken and Street Fighter. Since you guys know I'm pushing hard, the copium is real. You already know. But I might make another video discussing a potential moveset and how cool it could be with the Street Fighter 6 engine, because there's a lot here in play. But besides that, there is an open beta next week. If you guys see me on the sticks, hop on in. You already know where to catch me. I'm going to be in the NA. We in there, man. See ya on the open beta.